Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. That throw good for 4. It's second down. On second down now. Dillon, and good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And some room to work. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup there on 3rd and 6.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Open man is Kirk, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They come out here in the eye.
Alert! Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Omaha, ready, move. Slam, slam, slam. Chopper, chopper. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Omaha, ready, move. Spawn. No.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Monday. Check 13. Pin. Check mark 27. Check.
Throwing again. Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now on 2nd and 16, Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
They go play action with Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Looking left side, and it's complete. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Trubisky now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down.
Alert, 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 alert.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Check, check. Hey, 18. He's coming.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now we're signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
He's heavy on the edges. Hey, orbit. 44. Mike, 44. On the Army. 45.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
That's good for the Bears.
Not only is a slant route really difficult to cover, it's a real staple play for an offense on a 4th down because it's a quick-hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Y'all playing the wrong foot. Check 43. Check 4. Check 4.
Here's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
18. Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Agnew now to return. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Hey, echo.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Stay 50. Stay 50. 58 to Mike. 58.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Hey, alert. Watch twist.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, I got him. That's me. Red, touch.
They go play action. Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Wide open receiver, complete. Trubisky now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Shoot. Check 52. Watch out. Learn. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Bravo. 51 to Mike.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Shit. Check 31. Alert. Cloud.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Check 24.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And an alley to run. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Bears 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, 22.
Here's Dillon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's get it. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Stafford. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down, Detroit.
Ready. 280. Watch the run. They're running it. Big 20.
On the run, it's Peyton. And he's got this down to the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run for it with Peyton. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Move. Hey, exit. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Deshaun Hand in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Mike 51. Get that quarterback. Alert. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Watch the screen. Hey, Charlie.
Now Trubisky to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now it's Trubisky. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Oh, there's that man again, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
3 down, 3 down.
Set. 180.
44. All day, baby, all day. Go, 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 go. 44 is the mic. 44.
Ran, tough.
Here's Trubisky. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Trubisky to throw. He's going to let it fly. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing now is Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic. Check pass. Check pass. Deuce, 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 deuce. Rush in. Rush in. Rush up.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Trubisky. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And it looks like we've got